Tonight, we turn our attention to the Southern Caribbean, where a major U.S. naval buildup has sparked growing concerns and heated debate about, well, Washington's true intentions. Let's get into it.
The United States has conducted a deadly military strike against an alleged drug boat tied to the cartel Tren de Aragua, Donald Trump said on Tuesday. The US president said 11 people were killed in the strike in international waters. Secretary of State Marco Rubio described the lethal strike as taking place in the southern Caribbean against a drug vessel which had departed from Venezuela.
But here's the question. Is this really about drugs or is something else at play? According to US and UN data, most of the cocaine headed north from South America doesn't even pass through the Caribbean. It moves through the Pacific Ocean. Meanwhile, much of the Caribbean traffic uses airplanes, not ships. So why this sudden military surge at sea? Well, Venezuelan officials believe they know the answer. Caracas says Washington's forces are not targeting drug cartels at all, but Venezuela itself. In fact, the US recently doubled its bounty on President Nicolás Maduro, now offering up to $50 million for his arrest. Caracas calls the naval deployments a violation of international law, accusing Washington of threatening regime change under the cover of counter-narcotics operations. Venezuela's Defense Minister General Vladimir Padrino declared, "We are not drug traffickers, we are noble and hardworking people. Venezuelans know who is behind these military threats." For critics, this looks less like drug interdiction, rather more like gunboat diplomacy. David Smile, the Venezuelan expert at Tulane University, says the buildup is real military pressure meant to break the Maduro government. Others call it too big to be about drugs, too small to be about invasion, but big enough to be about something else. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio visited the Southern Command headquarters in Florida. Overseeing operations in the Caribbean, U.S. spy planes have also been flying reconnaissance missions in the region. Now, to date, these sailors that have been deployed there have shot down certain boats. They say they were carrying the same narcotics that Venezuela said does not exist. So, what happens next? The U.S. government continues to label Venezuela a narco-terrorist state. Caracas calls the buildup a pretext for intervention, and ordinary Caribbean citizens are left wondering, will this lead to destabilization in waters? I mean, one thing is clear. This naval buildup has less to do with fighting drugs and more to do with high-stakes geopolitics. For the African Diaspora News Channel, I'm Whitney McKoy. Until next time, stay connected.